千賀投手がポストシーズンディビジョンステージフィリーズとの第一戦に先発登板し、2回1失点でメッツを見事に勝利へ導きました。今シーズンはわずか5イニングしか投げていなかった千賀投手ですが、今回の登板は直訴志願で実現。サプライズでのロースター登録にとどまらず、まさかの大事な初戦に登板で、現地番組もざわついておりましたが、見事にスターターとしての役割を果たしました。終わってみれば打たれたヒットは先頭のシュワバー選手のホームランのみで、他はほぼ完璧に抑え、代名詞であるフォークボールも切れ味、落差ともに抜群の投球を披露しておりました。今回は試合後の現地番組を翻訳してお届けいたします。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーに関する現地放送局の様子を翻訳してお届けしております。お見逃しのないよう、今のうちにチャンネル登録をお願いいたします。
Adam, appreciate it. Great job and a great win for the Mets. Welcome to the postgame. Derek Jeter, David Ortiz, Alex Rodriguez, and away we go. And you think about how last time we saw you in the seventh inning, Zach Wheeler was throwing a one-hitter. They were dominating, and then the Mets did what they do. They scored 9 runs in the 8th or 9th inning this week. That included a game to get in the playoffs, the series win in Milwaukee, and now tonight. You did say, Poppy, you were the one guy to say momentum, and you liked the Mets today. Did you like what you saw here?
Hey, look, man, playoff, it's a different time, different way to play the game. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot going on during the playoff. And these guys, they were cold, sitting, just waiting while the Mets were playing and making those comebacks. To me, I mean, it's just the beginning of the series, right? I don't want to, call them out right now, but it matters a lot, Kevin, especially by this time during the year.
Yeah, well...
And you wake them up.
I tell you, I'll be the first one to say I was wrong right here, but it seemed like, Wheeler was so dominant on the mound. When they took him out of the game, it's like 1 through 9, the Mets were running to the bat rack. We know what it's like when you have a dominant starter. You're just saying, let's just hang in there as much as we can until they take him out, and then we have a chance. But I tell you what, they deserve a lot of credit, man, because they didn't give up.
And Derek, to your point, this team was the Mets 1 for 21 off Wheeler, and the bullpen comes in, they go 5 for 5. And look, and give the Mets bullpen a lot of credit. They were tremendous. The Phillies bullpen today was not very good.
Yeah, and 2 all-star relievers who they got to for Philadelphia, too, right? That's what the Mets did. And how about this, Alex? How about taking the best punch, essentially, what the Mets did? Said, okay, we see you, Wheeler. We're going to come back and win anyway, 1-0 lead. It's got to feel good.
Well, to Poppy's point, momentum is a real thing, right? And you mentioned how many runs they scored in the 8th and 9th inning over this last few games. Sometimes you don't do that in a week or in a month. The Mets are hot, and they are for real.
Yeah, they got a little mojo going right now, these New York Mets. Of course, Game 2, we'll see. That'll be tomorrow, but that's a heck of a start and a heck of a week for them, and they keep on doing it. Coming back late to surprise, taking a 1-0 game, 1-0 lead over the Phillies. What is going on?
We now welcome in Brandon Nimmo, 2 for 4 with the 2 RBI in this game. Brandon, welcome to the show. What is it about your club at this point in time?
I think that we have this mentality, just trying to take it one step at a time and have a good plan when we go up there and go and take your shots. I mean, everybody knows this is baseball, and, hitting, especially if you succeed 3 out of 10 times, you're a Hall of Famer. And so, just trying to have a good plan when you go up there and go and take your shots, realizing that failure is an option. And then once you're okay with that, it allows you to be able to kind of go and just play free and have fun and get back to, how you were playing when you were 12 years old. I was thinking that same thing when we were getting ready for the game and we were standing out here and all the towels were waving and, it was Red October and, the energy was so high. And I was just like, you know what, this is what I dreamed about as a kid. And so I'm just going to go enjoy every moment of this and have a plan when I go up there and go shoot my shots and see if it turns out.
Hey, you know what, Brandon, I tell you what, that was a terrific at-bat off a really good reliever in Strom, 0-2 pitch. I want to give some credit to your bullpen. You're talking about stepping up, 7 innings, a 1-run baseball. Peterson has come up giant, saved the last game, and I'll tell you what, gave you 3 gutty innings today.
Yes. Yeah, you're so right, Dan. Our bullpen, we would not have a shot, in any of these games if our bullpen did not lock it down. You're so right about Peterson. I mean, coming out and closing in Milwaukee and then coming out today and having those that amazing outing. I mean, we wouldn't be in that position. We wouldn't be able to, put those at-bats together if it wasn't for our bullpen. And so you're exactly right. The offense, we were able to finally break through, but we're not in that position without our bullpen, and we wouldn't do it without our pitching. And I was so happy to see Senga out there again, too. And, hopefully we can continue to see him pitching in the postseason. I know everybody wants to see that. So very, very thankful for our pitching. They have done such a great job, and I don't think they get enough credit right now.
Brandon, when you watch a game on TV and you see what Zach Wheeler brings, I can't imagine what it looks like being in the box trying to hit all the weapons that he has.
I was so fortunate to have Zach as a teammate, and he's a good friend of mine off the field, obviously. And, he's just amazing pitcher. He locates well. He has an upper 90s fastball. And then, people don't even realize that he has some of the best extension in the game, which makes it play up even more. And then you throw that cutter and splitter and, curveball in on that. And it just makes him, one of the best pitchers in the game. And we know that coming into it. We've been fortunate to see him quite a bit. But when he's on, and he is really tough to hit. I mean, let's just say he's one of those guys that, is kind of a generational talent and is a true ace in our game.
Yeah, Brandon, we saw that generational talent on display here today. Once you got to the bullpen, though, what was the conversation in the dugout? What was the vibe in the dugout going into that 8th inning?
Yeah, Atlanta and Milwaukee help. You have recent examples of, hey guys, we can really turn this around with one swing. And for Francisco to be able to get on there with an amazing walk, he put together an amazing at bat. And then obviously, for Vientos, gosh dang, that was an amazing at bat. Again, I think 2 strikes, another base hit, and so really just coming down to the guys locking it in and trying to just not do too much with 2 strikes and be able to just put good at-bats together. And so we understand that as a ball club, and that's all we're trying to do. And we just go out there, we take our shots, and whatever happens, happens. But we've been able to put some really good at-bats together and just super proud of these guys. And that's been the conversation in the dugout.
Brandon, I have to ask you this. You guys have been all over the map. Atlanta, Milwaukee, Philadelphia. Are you guys tired?
That's what I was going to ask.
You know what? I don't think you can be tired in the playoffs and with this atmosphere. But we've been on the road, I think, for 2 weeks now, and, we've had some amazing games. I think I've played, 2 or 3 of the best games of my career, and they've been within a week span. So that definitely helps. And again, I don't think you can be tired in the postseason. This is what we play for. This is what we do that 162 grind for. And so when you're standing on the line before a game, and there's 50,000 people waving their towels, and you got the Red October, and it's just like you dreamed when you were a kid, and and you've got all that emotion and adrenaline going. I just don't think you can be tired. But what we are excited for is to bring some playoff baseball back to New York and back to the Mets fan base, and so we are excited for that on coming on Tuesday.
Hey, listen, I can tell you right now that we can feel the excitement here in our studios in Secaucus, New Jersey. A lot of Mets fans here at MLB Network. And Brandon, get some sleep. Congratulations on your Game 1 victory.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And let's go Mets. We really appreciate the support.
Yeah, then he was overshadowed by that Mets bullpen who came in and allowed just 1 run.
Different parts of your team have to step up in October baseball. This team is exhausted. They're tired. They're on fumes, but they keep finding ways. And when your bullpen steps up like this, I thought David Peterson, he closed out Game 3 in Milwaukee. He had a day off. He came back and gave them 3 scores the other day just to get up, get excited, get your heartbeat going. They didn't have to use him. Veteran guy, knows how to warm up. Maybe it'll do him some good. He'll be rested for tomorrow. If he has to go multiple outs tomorrow, like 4 or 5 out save, don't be surprised.
Diaz has been a workhorse for this club, but I love your point there about just being used to moving your body and, getting up in the bullpen and getting some reps in.
千賀選手、本当に素晴らしい投球でした。故障明けとは思えないほぼ完璧な投球だったんではないでしょうか。それにしてもメッツの勢いは凄まじいですね。まさにミラクルメッツという感じです。明日の試合もどうなるか楽しみです。それでは次回の動画でお会いしましょう。さようなら。